All right, welcome back for another installment of AintJadedYet. AintJadedYet. I ain't jaded yet. I ain't jaded yet. I ain't jaded yet. I ain't jaded yet. I Mondegreened it. You know, we tried. So that was one of the things I noticed over the weekend was there were good Mondegreens and then there were. Did you really just say this is not a farmhouse? It's an outhouse? Because you just crossed out farmhouse on the sticker and put outhouse. I don't know if that's an inside joke or something I didn't get, but it was literally the only sticker I got all week, and then I was just like, did you put effort in? Like, I'd rather have gotten. I'm just kidding. Everybody put great effort in. That probably was an inside joke. Was that scratching the surface of being jaded? No, it was not. We're not jaded. Not yet. And then some people have asked in the comments I've read below, and they've said, JP, will you ever be jaded? And I ain't ever gonna be jaded. Okay? Just saying. Aerosmith song, you know? We're gonna have fun. We're having fun. We have day 3. We have part 3, which is gonna include day 3, which is Saturday. Saturday fish at a fish festival. We know it's coming. More glow sticks than usual. You know, they're not crazy anymore. We're a little more eco-friendly about that. I get that. It makes sense. We shouldn't be crushing glow sticks on the background production. Can we hair and makeup? Anyway, back. We're back, and we're back. All right. So, all right. What we got next here is, a bunch of shit to talk about with Saturday. And Saturday starts off, because Friday night ripped hard. Everyone probably partied a little harder Friday than the previous 2 nights, and we're all recovering and having a great time. I'm happy that I don't have like a daytime out in the sun event like the sticker exchange going on Saturday, because it allows me to just flow with the day, and it was a great day. But some things on my list throughout the weekend were to check out the comedy tent, and I did that plenty. We're going to cover a few things that were going on in the festival grounds and outside it, and then we're going to get right into the meat and potatoes today. There was no. Well, the meat stick was. Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, there it is. All right, so here we go. Saturday. We're wandering around the campgrounds. The vibes are about as pleasant as they could ever be. And, no real aim in sight. But so what I end up doing for the Saturday show is I hang out back in the campground longer than I had at all through the festival at this point, leading up to the shows. And went in as they were starting to play the first notes of Mike's. But what I did before that was a bunch of stuff, and wow. Not a clear through point of thought today. Okay, let the coffee really kick in. I gotta be honest, I'm distracted this morning. I'm going to see Pretty Lights today and tomorrow down in Bethel Woods, and this is their Pretty Lights Mondegreen for them. And I haven't seen him or them, it's a band, since like 10 years ago. But I saw them like when they were first coming up, like at Bonnaroo, like in 2008 or 9, I think. Tiny little tent. I remember because he was rocking a Carmelo Anthony jersey. So I'm hyped right now to go have an experience kind of like I saw a bunch of people having at Mondegreen, or a few at least, where it was all new to them. And I was a little bit jealous. I was like, yo, Magnaball was my time to like see that all for the first time and be like, WTF, left and right. Was it not awesome at Mondegreen to do it again and to hit all the bars and to exceed a lot of them and for it to be different and new and to have so many more friends and connections in that community the second time around, so that it was literally like wandering around at a somewhat like a family reunion. No downsides, but a little jelly of the wow, what am I even seeing right now factor. And I gotta say, I checked out a little bit of the Pretty Lights Red Rocks YouTube video that came up. There's two very excellent quality sound and video up on YouTube for free of Pretty Lights at Red Rocks recently, and I got through about 20 minutes of it, and I put it on to get a vibe because I haven't listened to a lot of him, but I know I always liked him. I used to listen to it like a decade ago, and like about 20 minutes in, I was like, I need to turn this off because it's so fucking good. Like this is, I see huge similarities between a group like Pretty Lights, in particular, with all the live instruments and those four guys from Vermont. You know what I mean? Like I'm stoked to do it in a different way. A lot of knobs and buttons and things that I don't understand, but I can't wait to soak in. And the people they're so good. Good peeps. Stoked for that. So, you know what? Next week, Pretty Lights reviews coming from the Bethel Woods Festival. I'm going to do that too. Yeah, I'm going to have a lot to say about that, I think. So, I'm distracted AF right now for some PL, which is please give me some of them beats. But the melodicness and the ambient and the words they use to describe a Pretty Lights live experience, I'm stoked. So, again, distracted, but Saturday, let's talk about this there's some shit to talk about because we got a lot that happens, and we're covering Saturday and Sunday in this installment. We're doing 1, 2, and 3 part situation at Mondegreen. You know, we're not capping anything. We got no cap, but I like I said, hype for Pretty Lights, so we're going to combine these two, and I think I'm going to be like leaving probably right about when I'm done posting this too. So if you're going to Pretty Lights and you happen to fucking check this shit out before then, which I found out last night, Derek Smith was chilling in the crowd at Mondegreen along with all of us, and I'm really pushing for some free. I want to hear a little bit of a free sample. I feel like he's gonna do like something like Tweezer, or who knows. He caught that shit. I don't know how big of a fan he is of Fish, but I'm sure he knows plenty of tunes. There's plenty of songs that would be sampled so well. So I'm stoked to see that. It's literally two of my worlds combining. Again, back to the music. Saturday, Mike's up. All right, I'm going in with a different group of homies this time. Change things up. I love to go in and see different angles and come in at different times and have different parts of the experience, different people. I've been doing it different ways. Anyway, I go in with the homie Dan, and we fucking start getting down to Mike's because Mike's rips, yo. And then of course it's like, you go fill up my water. Thank you. Hydrogen 2-0, you know. I go to the water line. It's not terribly long. I fill up. By the time I'm back, hydrogen's over. And we're kicking it back up into Weekapog. The Saturday Fish Show starting out with a fucking Mike's groove. Okay. You know? Okay. So we make our way at some point, you know, we're working through the heliograph vicinity. And, this is that night. This is actually where I'm exactly at on the Live Fish app right now. Is this tweezer right here going into Something Subtle Sounds? And then they just posted it, and then I was like, oh, that's the first thing I saw. So, like, you know, a lot of synchronicity. A lot of it. Oh, yeah. All right. So after Mike's groove, we go into a theme. So, theme from the bottom, awesome. We know we're gonna get a little bit of a theme jam. This one goes about 12, and it does. Go a lot of directions. At this point, I'm in full wander mode. I'm in the googly eyes. The tree line in the back right, and we're going. Full gas. It's Saturday, Festival of Fish. It's almost like, I feel like I've only been to 2 festivals, but I feel like on a Saturday at a festival with fish, you're getting served a plate of food that is so dense and rich and flavorful that you know you love. It satisfies. But this time it's on a fucking gold platter. This time it was served with a little bit of different, a little bit this shit was fancy, yo. This was some fancy festival Saturday fish. We're getting fancy on it because, you know, theme got weird and fun, a little bit cool and different, and then we got right into the blaze on. We're blazing on. Nightshade said it yesterday. My first Mondegreen. Huge Mondegreen. It's all over the place all weekend. Also, what an anthem to sing along to with a bunch of people while we're all blazing on. You know? And then got a jaboo, you know, because I'm JP. I got a jaboo. I fucking love fish, and so should you. Won't you step into the squeezer? Yeah, I mean, I gotta get those full lyrics from my homie who wrote that song about me. I mean, he changed "Got a Jaboo" to "Gobbly-Goo" as the actual official lyric to the song about me being a slightly oppressive, fish-loving entrepreneur of fishdom onto the world of peasantry. That just JK, they're not peasants. I'm just kidding. But I'm trying to fucking show them the door, you know, to fucking fishdom. It's a good place to fucking chill. You know, I'm going to get to something before I end this one, which is the people, you know, because the people fucking crushed, I mean, the fish fans, you know? All right, I have to do it right now. Like, fish fans get a bad rap. It's part of why I started this little review here. Because, I mean, if in the public eye, all they see is a bunch of sarcastic people who go to see the same band hundreds of times, be like, well, I don't know what Trey was doing at this part or whatever. You know, like, I mean, I get it. We're supposed to be skeptical. But if there's one through point with going to see live fish that I've learned, it's that the bar's up here. They know it. They exceed it. They do it different. They show you a new bar that you didn't know about over here. What's that? Who knows? I'm always on my toes waiting to see what's going to happen next. You know? So, like, the thing, I don't know, like, we get a bad rap because, like, there's always going to be a few bad eggs, don't get me wrong, but, like, on a whole, I just hung out with 40,000 of the happiest, friendliest, like, intelligent, beautiful, like, love-spreading people that I hope are doing that right now, because sprinkle that shit, like, Salt Bay that shit, you know what I mean? All over. Anyway, I'd love to tear down that misconception a little bit, because we're a sarcastic bunch and we can come off as a bunch of freaking dickheads. That's true. But I try to undo that. But I can be a little bit aggressive. Hence the song, I'm JP. Got a jaboo. I fucking love fish, and so should you. So I got a jaboo. Wait, are we looking at the right show still? I forgot to write down the jaboo on my notes. who is this noob today? This guy's a noob. Anyway, Shabu. For about 12, 13. Shabu's a great jam vehicle. It fucking slaps. Oh, everything you love. 46 days. Now, I know once 46 days notes kick in, we are going. We are going for a ham jam. We're going ham on the jam. It ain't a... It's... Yeah, we're 46 days. 46 days. You know, we're going. 46 days. But... just like I had started asking for throughout the early part of the festival. It was like, every now and then we need a breather, and 46 days is a ripper. It's worthy of a breather. Now, this may not have been like a highlight for a lot of you, but like, I fucking love Evolve, and the lyrics to Evolve are just beautiful. Singing along to that amongst everybody. Seeing just like little cheerful smiles. I love just like taking like a 360, like slow, like panoramic, you know, mental pictures. I did take some. I took more pictures and video this past weekend than I usually do, but I really wanted to soak it all in too. So it was so much to see, so much to soak in. I just like, that's why I needed to do this. I need to unpack it, unload it, and share it. So, you know, evolve. We're evolving. After this weekend, if you're not evolved a little bit from that Mondegreen experience, like, you could just been like a mile away. You probably would have a little bit changed. And we got meat stick. Like I said, you're gonna get your meat and potatoes today. It's time for the meat stick. It's the silliest, dumbest, awesomest, coolest get down song. You know, I don't know all the dance moves, but like, props to everyone who got down and did it. It's just so silly and so fun. Like, fucking meat stick. David Bowie. IB41. EB40. David Bowie. EB40. David Bowie. Mondegreen. Duh. Alright, I think during set break here, I ran into my friends Dan and Kate, and quick little humble brag, I started doing stand-up comedy a couple weeks ago. I've only done it once, but I have, like, I don't know, between 7 and 10 minutes material, and I ran into Dan and Kate, and I was like, it came up because I couldn't stop. I was so hyped from it. It was such a rush that I couldn't help but be like, yo, did something cool recently. Like, it was awesome. Anyway, I did my whole set for them. It was about 8 minutes during set break. And it was fun. Like, they were laughing, obviously, because they know me. But yeah, I guess my friend Dan was telling me later that that people nearby were like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Out of context shit, you know? But like, that's the kind of shit that happens at set break at a Fish show. Also, Meat Stick, this group of friends, big hot dog fans, glizzy lovers, you know, they had sheets of hot dog stickers. So I was a hot dog sticker salesman during that set break, walking around. I found customers, okay? I found them. You know? They got their hot dog stickers that they deserved. They had some sick ones. They're like dabbing and stuff. All right. So, we get back to the fucking show. Set break's over. What a vibe during that set break, right? I mean, like, 2001? Also, Zreth the Space Odyssey, right? We're on a Space Odyssey this weekend for sure. You know, one thing I didn't talk about, like, was some stuff on the site. There was the Moon Museum. There's this big old moon with some, like, kind of twitchy sounds going around surrounding it, and it was lit up really cool at night. And some people are like, yeah, the movie's like kind of one of the lamest art installations. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't as interactive as like a couple of them, obviously. Get to that. But it was cool. So we're fucking 2001. Get down. Glow sticks. Party. Dancing. Some of the best fucking moments, you know. Type stuff, you know. 2001. Let's go. Let's go. We're starting out that set. You know, that set. Next up, right into Oblivion. Now, I said it yesterday or recently. Oblivion is my favorite new tune off the new album, for show, for show. It gets groovy early. Like, I feel like it's got this, like, kind of like, I mean, it's called Oblivion, so it kind of has like a dark tone to it. But this kind of got like Paige, I heard getting like a wow early, and like such a sick jam, great jam. You know, the Oblivion in Syracuse last year probably was the reason why that became my favorite new tune. But I like the lyrics too. It's okay. You know, I grew up on Skinny Atlas Lakes, so Shell. Love to fucking throw some skipping stones, so you know. The only there's a couple of non-arrows in this second set, but it flowed like so 2001 into Oblivion, awesome. But coming up next is Down with Disease, or DWD, which was actually our winning answer on my trivia teams, my impromptu Family Feud trivia team that I played on Sunday with. We won a sweet little water wheel tote bag. We stole because I thought an ICU, which I brought up yesterday, was an acronym. It is not. And when we had a chance to steal and win the round, we were like figuring out which one to do, and we all were like Down with Disease, DWD. So that was our winning answer, and we got a Down with Disease right here that did not. It did nothing wrong. It did everything right. It hammered. You know, Down with Disease, COVID, right? It's an anthem for the 1,000 people out there literally dancing away disease all weekend. We're down with it. See you later, disease. Peace. You know? And as soon as fucking disease started, go to my homie Kyle. Tweezer next. I mean, obviously. But the placement there, the two of the biggest powerhouse jam vehicles of Phish history, back to back, you know. We've already got a 2001 in this set already earlier. We already have my favorite new jam vehicle in this set with Oblivion. So we're 2001, Oblivion, Disease, Tweeze, Sense, and Subtle Sounds. Chill. Just gotta chill. Just thinking about the lyrics. Now, I really do spend a lot of time focusing in on lyrics with Phish in particular, because at first they were just cartoon nonsense gibberish to me. You know, hey, isn't it about I'm in the hallway, troubadours and whales and ocelots, and like, it's all silly nonsense until you pay just a little bit more attention. And then it makes a little more sense. And then it makes a little more sense. And you're like, start making sense? Try stop making sense. Now, this shit makes a lot of sense to me, and the lyrics, the Sense, and Subtle Sounds. They burned to Tom Marshall on Sunday. Gave him a fist bump, said thanks. I really did mean that in my head. I was saying thanks for all the beautiful lyrics that you helped contribute to this weekend. Because there was some of that guy's brain that put this all out there. But we all had our part. Don't get me wrong. I had my part. You had your part. This was a group effort. Those four guys on stage might have done like a little something extra. Anyway, Sense and Subtle Sounds for 16 minutes and 20 seconds. Can we fucking go there all the time, please? Yeah. Big request I had for the weekend going was the 6 Sense and Subtle Sounds, and we got it right. Yo, fuck yeah, we did. All right, we're at the 25-minute mark of this recording. Production crew, can we get like a little bit better professionalism around here? Just kidding. There's no time limit. But I do have to leave in about an hour for Bethel. So I want to get this up before I leave, too. All right. Wi-Fi and shit. All right. Sun and Subtle Sounds. Into Boogie on Reggae Woman. Now, come on, dude. We're not getting a huge jam here, obviously. But Boogie, that bass and that shit. This set. You know, and then we didn't get like a 25-minute Carini after that. But the set closes out with Carini. Heavy hitters. Heavyweight. This was a heavyweight night. Okay? Now, I say all that, and then I go to the encore. And you might say, number line. Well, that's not a heavy hitter. But we need breathers. And they knew two things that they were about to do after Numberline. Maybe it was someone's birthday too. I mean, I knew some homies that it was their birthday. I knew some 100 shows. I knew some shit that was worth celebrating. I also knew a friend, Jenna, who fucking loves that song. I love that song. It's my aunt's favorite fucking Fish song. Like, so, Numberline, sing along, awesome times, you know, happy, oh my friends, fucking doing it, feeling the Numberline. I said hashtag Numberline right after that sarcastically because fucking Numberline me every show. And when it jams, you know, it didn't go for long, but when it does go like 10 minutes or so or longer, it's really fucking cool. It does jam every now and then. This was about a 7.5 minute, but like, that was because they had something more in store. And, you know, with 2 days left of Fish on Saturday, we were all saying, you know, yum tomorrow, yum Sunday. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like one of the like themes, like other than Mondegreens all weekend, left and right, was that you're going to get everything you want and require. You might not just get it the day that you think it's going to happen. Everything just kind of happens when it's supposed to, but it doesn't necessarily line up the way that you're thinking it's gonna be. Like with the Free not coming on Thursday, but coming on Friday, pretty much right where I thought it was gonna be on Thursday. So like, where would you think Yum would be Sunday night? Last song maybe with vocal jam and fireworks, but guess what? We're doing it Saturday. We got a Yum. The encore slot. After a Numberline. And Yum fucking... Whoo, doggy. Fucking cool Yum here, dude. Like, it gets you, it's some of the sickest builds that Fish does, like similarities to something like Pretty Lights. We're talking about builds and drops. We're building and we're dropping, yo. And oh boy, were there some good drops. You know what I mean? Shit, man. Oh God, you know what I mean? Oh, shit. Oh, boy. Shit. So, yeah. You know, and like I said, we got those drops and shit. And what was really cool about this Yum is that, like, those... We're dancing hard. Glow sticks flying. It's sick. But what happens next is we start to get our way towards the vocal jam. And this vocal jam... I swear, everyone went from to... I saw thousands of hippies dance their faces off and then go to an almost complete standstill. It was nuts. It's cool shit. That was some cool shit. And the vocal jam, super fun, got weird. super cool. And right about when, you know, I kind of think of a vocal jam as an ohm, with them leading the chant, and we always get to an ohm. Right about when we got to the point where that ohm was mellowing us out and we had caught our breaths a little bit, they were like, oh, but wait, there's more. It's time for a tweet prize, my friends. It's time for a tweet prize. And the tweet prize slapped, of course. Of course it did. So we got this tweet prize, right? That's the end of the show. You know, one thing I took a note of here is I did notice lots of Manteca teases all throughout the weekend. But what I ended up doing after the show on Saturday was I wandered towards the Cerealist Bowl, and holy shit, dude. Holy shit, dude. Fucking commercials. I ran into this tap dancer where they had this like wooden platform in Jenga. Everyone was clapping the Jenga pieces like, and she was tap dancing to it, like, I don't know, like circus style or whatever, and she was unbelievable. I was there for 20 minutes while everyone was clapping these things. I'm clapping. I'm building Jenga pieces. She's knocking them down. I went there to chill. And I got so engaged there that after about 30 or 40 minutes, I had to take myself out of the Cerealist Bowl because I was so exhausted from the show and the day and the sun and the heat and everything that I couldn't stay there anymore. So, man, it was fun though. But you know, there was the Jenga thing, and then there was also the dragon. The dragon was so cool. There was this dude with a cymbal and a disco ball above it that he handed. And I'm like watching them walk by, and he's like ting ting, and then I take a turn hitting the cymbal, and then the dragon's coming closer to me, and this girl goes, "Can I bite you?" And I'm like, and she's like, it's part of the routine, and she goes, "Nah," with the dragon. And I was just like, oh my god, I love this so much, but I have to leave because it's too much fun. It was too much fun there. So I went to the stand-up tent and caught some of Rory Scoval and Dave Hill. Like I said, I got into stand-up, so I made it a point to check them out. Their post-show shit on Saturday was, or no, actually, fuck, they were on Friday. Anyway, their post-show shit was fantastic that day. I did catch some of the other comedians on Sunday, but these are just notes that I made, so it's a little bit out of order. Things I wanted to cover for the whole weekend, basically. But, all right. So, we're at 33? All right. Well, if we're covering 2 days, if we can do about the same time as part 2, that's about appropriate. It's props. So, yeah. So the Cerealist Bowl is the thing that stood out after the show on Saturday. Another thing that happened that night was I encountered one of the coolest little jam groups. These 4 dudes were, they were intertwining, Fish and Dead and Ween and, Roses Are Free and shit. All the musicians around the campground that I would walk past, I would get glued to some of it, man. Great job, everybody. All weekend. That was the thing I did Saturday after the show. I thanked everyone around me in the crowd. I was like, you guys did a great job. Like, thank you for all your energy and your vibes. It was a team effort. Such a great job, everybody. Thank you. Thanks again. For real, Saturday, that was some seriously spiritual fish. Like, it was a get down. Oh, something I did want to note about Saturday in particular. I think I hit every corner of that place, and it was awesome. Like, by the time I got through 2/3 of the show, I knew one group of friends was over here. They're there. I could do a little fucking hopscotch skip around and hit all these different angles of the show, and certain areas would have way more space and breathing room. And others would have really great views of the lights. So like, you know, it was all good stuff. All right, let's work our way towards Sunday's show. At this point, we're finding out that there's weather coming, and it's kind of a bummer, a little bum. But like, I'm so tired, and I'm starting to think like, am I even gonna be able to sleep before 1 p.m. set? So didn't get a whole lot of rest before the show on Sunday. But what really bummed me out was like, I mean, there's storms coming, but like, it was really, really hot on Sunday. It was super hot. I made my way into the venue after getting a shower and some food, and I went and hung out at the trivia tent, which is where I would spend a lot of time. And it was air conditioned, so I was there all the way until the show. I ended up playing trivia twice. Thank you to those people who ran that. That was such a blast. It was so wholesome, so sweet, and you guys did such a good job. Yeah, the team we ended up playing against the second time had won the round when I first got there. Man, those guys were good. They nailed every single location that Fish had played in Vermont, at least from the survey, which I like would have gotten like 1, maybe 2. They got all 8. Like the bottom 3 were like 1 each. So that team, props to you guys. You crushed. And we went up against you guys, and the category was game henge characters. I was like, we're fucked. Like I think we have no chance. I was right. They crushed us. Anyway, the whole thing was a blast in there. I cooled off. And after that, I went back to the Cerealist Bowl because I just could not get enough of that place. Hung out on these big green turf chairs where I could like kind of see the crowd walking in from lower GA. And I ended up staying there in the shade all the way through like the first song or two, because at this point I was legitimately on my like second reserve tank of energy for the whole weekend. I'd been getting rest throughout, but never a good, you know, never more than like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, you know, that's for sure. So party time, opener. Party time. You know, we're having a party this weekend. Of course, an appropriate opener for this Sunday show. And then we have an Axela ripping in the heat. At this point, everybody's Axelas are stank AF. You know what I mean? If you didn't know, an Axela is an armpit. It's also a fish song about a witch. And I've got Maze. You know, the overhead view is of me and a Maze. Fucking Maze. Always rips, always great. You know, Maze, good time. Steam. At this point, I'm out in the steam, and it's dance time. You know, we're dancing in the steam for real, right? And then comes Marsha Monster, which it's top tier chilling, thrilling sounds of the haunted house for me. It's up there. You know, Your Pet Cat, Marsha Monster. Those might be my 2 favorite off of that. And I'm getting down. But what happens here is I feel myself legitimately running out of energy. Like, I need to go sit down somewhere. And I slowly wander over to the comedy tent, where you can still hear the music, and there's air conditioning. And I end up hanging out in there and kind of having a little slumber party in the corner with some other people who were in a similar spot, like realizing like this was 4 days in the blistering heat. And I wasn't dehydrated, but I was tired. I was hydrated enough, but I was so exhausted that I needed to really just go sit down and cool off. So I did. I could still hear the music, but I wasn't getting down. Next we have a AC/DC bag, and from AC/DC bag and Sigma Oasis, Rift, Stash, Yamar, Timber, and Bathtub. I'm in that tent. I'm cooling off. But I make friends with these people. They're very kind, and we all got the required rest that we needed to go finish out the day. And Isabella, Henrik's cover, Trey's daughter, all kinds of reasons, And I got there in time for a simple, which was my one call for the day. I saw a simple coming. I don't know if you've noticed my energy. I'm talking about this Sunday set, but it wasn't a downside. It was a good Sunday show. But somewhere around this point, when Simple goes into Golden Age, which both of them had some pretty cool jamming. Like, it was good. Like, nothing about the Sunday show was bad. And it was not a snoozer. I just ran out of fucking legitimate amounts of energy that I needed to actually go and sit down and rest. And whatever that was required this weekend, I did take care of myself. I'm glad that I went as hard as I did for the first 3 nights, because the Sunday show it was really hot too. And the sun was out. I mean, the weather didn't actually ever come the way they thought it would, but like, nobody got hurt either. So there was everything worked out. But they came out, they did a 17-minute Fuego encore. Fantastic. Fuego. Still singing Fuego today. That one gets stuck in your head. The show ends, and it is one long day set, which day sets are typically that way, but not on a Sunday. Everything was a little different, a little bit off at this point. I'm feeling that energy, and I feel like I'm soaking it up. That, like, it's over, it's kind of a little sad, but it's very happy. And I started processing. I had some really good tears at the end of the show on Sunday. Those tears were good. I then went and and vibed out. The rest of the time I was on lot in campground with different groups of peeps. Thank you to all of thanks for all the hospitality, friends and peeps that I love very much. Got to escape from the rain and get a little rest in an air-conditioned RV. And none of this is bragging. I'm just sharing my experience. Just want to point that out. I missed the rainbow, double rainbow. I missed the Viking warrior princess in the clouds. Holy shit! Those pictures that you guys took of the rainbows and those clouds, fucking beautiful. I was gonna pack up and leave and go back that night, but I ended up coming back on Monday morning, daylight, which is a good choice because I got some rest, and I drove during the day, and I think I love doing this, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And I gotta get my shit together to go to Pretty Lights. Peace.